Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shellcraft One and my old barn door. How are y'all today? I hope you're doing well. I know it's been a little bit since I've got to do a video. Life happens and things have been going on and well, anyways, that's where I'm at. So I'm working on a flip-flop journal right now. Y'all, I'm struggling trying to get into the holiday season. I just am not there yet this time. So I did do my fall digital, and it's in the shop. And I also made some fall journals. There are still some of those fall journals, the tall, skinny journals that are left. So they're in the shop too, if you want to go check them out. But I just thought I would work on this today while I have a little chat with y'all because, well, I have a really cool story to tell you. So I have some ephemera that I'm going to put in here, and I've got some more over here to the side that I'm going to put in here. But again, like I say, I'm not going to explain to you what I'm doing or anything like that. I'm just going to work on this while I tell y'all this wonderful story about how Jeff, or y'all know him as Sunshine. You know him as Jeff too, but he's my sunshine. But anyways, he was contacted in early September by a young lady, and it turns out that this young lady is his daughter that he never knew he had. So it's a really cool story. So I'm going to backtrack, and I'm going to try and insert some pictures and some video, but I don't know how it's going to go as far as being able to do that. So just bear with me because I'm not super good at putting together videos as far as like piecing together broken up videos and things like that. I'm not good at editing videos, I guess is what I should say. So anyways, to start with, back in September, early September, like the very beginning of September, Jeff and I were sitting in bed one night watching TV, and I was playing my game on his tablet because my tablet was messing up, and so I was using his tablet because, I wanted to play my game. And so I'm sitting there using his tablet, and he has his Facebook loaded on his tablet because he used to play his games on the tablet too, and use it for whatever he was using it for. And so I got this little message that popped up while I was sitting there playing my game, and it was like from in his Facebook Messenger. And so I read it, and I told him, I said, I had been looking at his Facebook Messenger, and I noticed where, he was hiring at his work. He's the CEO of a drug addiction and mental health facility. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyways, and so I had seen some messages where people were inquiring about the job and stuff. And so I told him, I said, baby, you need to look at these messages. And so he kind of looked at him, and I said, well, as I was looking through the messages, I read this message from this young lady, and it said something to the effect of, now this is not word for word, but something to the effect of, hi, my name is da-da-da. I'm not trying to cause any trouble or disturb your life, but I just wanted to let you know that I know the story of my birth and adoption. And anyway, that's not the full message, but something to that effect. And then, she said, if you would like to contact me, feel free to do so. And so when I read it, I told him, I said, honey, I said, somebody thinks you're her daddy. And he said, I think that's a scam. He said, I don't think that's anything. He said, I probably just need to delete that. I think it's a scam. And I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah. And so I said, you're sure there's nobody out there that could, be your daughter? And he said, yeah, I don't think so. And so we went on about our business. Well, several days later, on September 11th, he was doing something at work, and he was trying to buy something off the marketplace or something for one of his offices, and he got on his messenger to see if there was any messages about whatever it was he was trying to purchase, and he come across this message again, and so he said, it just caught my attention, and so he said, I like that. That's pretty. He said that, it caught his attention, so he went back and he read it again, and then he clicked on the profile picture. And he said as soon as he clicked on the profile picture and saw this young lady, he knew that she was his daughter. And let me tell y'all, if you saw a picture of her and a picture of him, you would also know that she is his daughter. They look just alike. So anyways, so he sent her a message back. And of course, again, I don't remember what all the message said or whatever. But I'm looking for something to go with this. So I'm kind of piddling over here in my little scrap box here, trying to find something that I want to put with this. But anyways, I told y'all I wasn't going to explain what I was doing, didn't I? I can't help it. So anyways, so he sends her a message and says, I think I know I think you might be correct. And he said, is your mom's name da-da-da? And he said her mom's name. And she sent him back and said, yes, that's my mom. And so anyways, I'm going to scoot this to the side because I'm going to glue this on the back of here. So anyways, turns out that she is his daughter. Now, normally, well, when he called me, he was at work when he saw this. And he called me and he said, honey, you know that message that you saw on my messenger the other night? And I said, yeah. And he was crying a little bit, and he said, I think I have a daughter. And I said, okay. And this was from a long time ago, before he and I ever met, of course. And I said, well, what makes you think that she's your daughter? And he told me the story. And basically, he had met a lady years ago through, now y'all know that he runs the drug addiction treatment center or whatever, and he had met this girl through somebody he was in treatment with years ago when he was, an alcoholic and had gone through a treatment program. And he had a roommate. They had gone through, I think they had gone through the treatment program together, and then after they got out, they rented him a place together or whatever. But anyway, this was his sister. And so she had come up to visit, and they had, started dating or whatever. And then she was, I think she had been through a treatment center too. So anyways, they started dating, and they dated for a while. And, oh goodness. excuse me, they dated for a while, and then she had told him that she thought she was pregnant, and so he and her had, talked very seriously about it. They had come up with a name for the baby, and they were talking about getting married, and I think they actually even went and looked at a venue. I think I remember him saying they went and looked at a church for them to get married in. So, anyways, one day she just up and left and disappeared. And come to find out, she had relapsed and had started using again. And I don't know if she was using or drinking. That's neither here nor there. But anyways, excuse me. So, he said her family told him that he should probably leave, that he should get away from her or she was going to ruin his life. So he went back home and, went on about his business and went on about his life. And then he, when the family... I'm going to let that dry before I fold it. I'm just going to set it to the side. We'll come back to that. But when the family, when he said he contacted the family, he contacted her mom when it was time for the baby to be due. And he was told that that he had no responsibility. And he said, well, now hold on a minute. If this is my child, I have every responsibility and I want to take care of it. And he was told by her mom that there was no way that the child could be his because it was a different color from him. And so he was like, okay. And so, he didn't think the baby was his and he went on about his life. And so that was kind of how it came about. And, he was hurt because he said he loved her and, hated that it ended up the way that it did. But, there was nothing he could do about it. There was nothing that, he could do to make her want to stay clean or whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there either. The whole point of the story is so when she contacted him, when his daughter contacted him on Facebook, and he asked if that was her mother, and she said, yes, that's my mom. And so they began talking. They talked through Facebook Messenger for a short amount of time that afternoon. And then he asked her if he could give her his phone number. Now, y'all, I've got all kinds of stuff that I can put in this journal. So anyways, he asked her, could he give her his phone number? And she said yes. And so he sent her his phone number, and I'm just trying to dig over here and see what all I've got to go in this journal. So he gave her his phone. I want y'all to look at all this ephemera I've got. Sent her his phone number, and she was not quite ready to have a phone conversation with him yet. And so he was very patient with her. And he told her, no rush. Just whenever you're ready, please feel free to call me. And so he just kind of left it at that, And I think I'm going to put this here. So anyways, she texted him so that they would have each other's phone number. And so they texted back and forth a very long time that evening. And that was on September the 11th. And so, she didn't want to talk on the phone. And that's completely fine. Perfectly understandable. And he was very patient. But he was also exceptionally excited, y'all. This man was so excited that he had a daughter that he could not contain himself. He didn't know what to do with himself. And so of course, I'm excited for him because he's happy, and I'm happy that he's happy, and, this is a good thing. But I had, before I saw her picture and stuff, I was like, well, I understand how you feel, and I understand, but I think, we probably should do a DNA test just to make sure. And then he showed me her picture, and I said, oh, okay, we don't need a DNA test. Because I'm telling y'all, she looks just like him. I don't know if I'm going to leave that there or not. I think it might be weird there. Anyway, so they talked for that evening, and then she told him that she would call him the next evening. And so he was on pins and needles waiting on that child to call him the next evening. And she's 21, by the way. So, she's an older young lady, and, not like a kid or whatever. And so anyways, let's see. This is cute. We could put this in here. Is that too? I think that's too wide for that. But anyways, so the next day he gets home, and he's like super duper excited that, he's expecting this phone call and waiting on this phone call. And so she called him, and oh my goodness, it just made his day. So anyways, so then, they talked on and off for a while, and, this girl, she was raised thinking that her grandmother was her mother. So the girl that Jeff dated, her mom, got the baby and raised the baby because the girl that he dated just was not doing well, and she was pretty hot and heavy into some not great stuff, and just not a good environment for a child. And I'm not going to go into all of those details because that's really not anything that needs to be shared, and it's not really particularly important to the story or whatever. But anyway, so where am I in my story? Oh, okay. So anyways, she grew up thinking that her grandmother was her mom, and her granddad or step-granddad was her dad, and that her mom and her mom's sibling was her sister and brother. So in a matter of a month's time, this poor child found out that nothing in her life that she had been told was real or true, and, she's struggling with it. Understandably so. And so she had told Jeff, she said, I think maybe we need to slow down. I just need things to slow down a minute. And so he was like, okay. And, whatever you need. And so he was a little devastated, of course, because he's so excited that he has a daughter, And so he was a little concerned about that. But he was trying to be patient with her, and I told him, I said, it's okay. She'll just let her have time to process it, because this is a lot for her, I mean, all of her life, she thought her mom was she thought her grandma was her mom, and she thought her mom was her sister, and that's a lot to process, especially for a young lady who's, just coming into her life and finding out the things that she wants to do in her life. Now, she is married, and they had just bought a home, and, so, it's a lot. It's a lot to process. So I told him, I said, just be patient with her, and things will work out the way they're supposed to work out, and it'll be a good thing. And so he was like, okay. Of course, he was struggling, but he was willing to do whatever it was that she needed. And he was willing to be whatever she needed him to be at the time. So anyways, of course, again, like I say, he freaked out a little when she said, I need to slow down. And he was, of course, very afraid that she was just going to say, forget this, I don't want to do this or whatever, and which I told him, I said, that's not what she's going to do, because if she wanted to do that, she could have never contacted you, So anyways, he just was persistent, and he contacted her. He sent her a text every day to check on her. But he said, I don't want to overwhelm her, and so I'm just going to send her a message in the morning and a message at night and let her know that I'm thinking about her, and that she's important to me, and that kind of deal. And so that's what he did. And within no time at all, she was texting him, and they were talking and getting to know each other. And oh, God love her, she had so many questions. She was so curious about who he was and who she was, really and truly, because if you grow up thinking one thing, and then I can't imagine what that would be like, and then to find out that, everything is completely different than what you believed it was all for your life. That would be a very difficult thing to process. So anyways, he was very patient with her. And again, like I say, he was just so tickled that he had a daughter. And he's like so excited and chomping at the bits, like, I want to know everything about her, and I want to be a part of her life, and it's very important to me to be a part of her life. And I said, and I'm sure that will happen, but you're going to have to be patient with her. I know I'm just flipping through here, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. But anyways, I said, you're going to have to be patient with her and let her figure out where she wants this to go and what she wants this to be. And so he was fine with that, even though it was just killing him, but he was okay with that. And so they talked for a couple of weeks, and then we were sitting there one night, and I can't remember how the subject came up, but he was talking to her through text, and by this time I had talked to her, and they did a Facebook Messenger phone call one evening. And so that's kind of how I first got to meet her, was through that Facebook Messenger phone call, because of course, him and her talked alone for a while, and and then he called me in, and I got to say hi to her and meet her and her wife. And so we got to see each other face to face via Facebook Messenger for the first time. And so that was kind of cool. And then I'm trying to find something to go in here, y'all. And I can't really even think about this because I'm trying to keep my thoughts straight about the story. So anyways, they, I guess a few days later, they were on the phone talking and chatting and trying to decide. So, I don't know. Somehow the subject came up of them coming up here to visit. And she had mentioned something about, we were thinking maybe in January, we're trying to save money so that we can get a hotel room. And he said, is there a particular reason why you want a hotel room? You don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of everything, And so anyway, the conversation went into that direction. And so I sent her a text message, because we had been texting back and forth at this point now too. And so I sent her a text message, and I said, listen, you don't have to wait. You can come up here anytime you want to come up here. Oh, they're in Alabama. They live in Alabama. And so they live on her wife's property, or her wife's family's property. And So, you know, I told her, I said, y'all don't have to wait to come up here. You come whenever you want to. I'll send you the money to come up here. We can Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever. I use all of that for my business, and so we can get the money to you for you to come up here. You come up here when you're ready. And so they said, well, what about next weekend? And that was last weekend, which was when my dad was coming up here to meet Bennett for the first time. Y'all, oh my goodness, that baby. He just melts me. I'm telling you, he leaves me breathless. But anyway, enough about Bennett. It's never enough about Bennett, but I'll keep going with the story. And so, I said, well, my dad's coming the next weekend. And they said, well, what about the next weekend? And I said, perfect. And so that was this past weekend. And they got to come up. And we spent the whole weekend together. And it was just absolutely wonderful. And I have video of when they first met each other. And so I'm going to try and put that here, you know, at the end of this video so that y'all can see it. But I'm not sure if I know how. So I don't know. I'll try to figure out how. I'll get it in here somehow. And I'll try to put some pictures and stuff too, because we went, we hung out here at the house on Saturday. Well, we really didn't hang out. We did, but we went somewhere. We went to this place here locally that I've never heard of called the Greenback Castle. And it's this castle thing that this man has spent 30 years building this castle by hand, by himself, with his own 2 hands. And so I'll try to find some pictures. That we took lots of pictures. So I'll try to put some pictures of that in there. And so we just watched football on Saturday and ate and got to know each other. And then on Sunday, we got up early and we went to Cades Cove. And then we went into Gatlinburg and got to see, we got to take her, we went and ate. And then we took her to the aquarium because her favorite animal is a sea turtle and she likes marine life. And so we spent a long time at the aquarium, and then we came home, and then they got up Monday morning and had to drive back home. So anyways, that is the story that I told y'all in the last video, or I didn't tell you I was going to tell you a story, but you know, there was some other things going on and that I would tell y'all about that later. So that is what that was. So I'm super excited to get to share it with y'all. And if I can't get the video and the pictures in this video, I will put a separate video up of that. I don't know how it's going to work. So anyways, I will try to put it at the end of this one. And hopefully it won't be too long. So anyways, that is what has been going on with us. And it has just been a wonderful, wonderful thing. We're super excited to have another daughter and a daughter in love. And we're just thrilled to get to be a part of their life in whatever capacity they want us to be. And yeah, so that's the whole story. And it's wonderful, wonderful news. And I hope y'all have enjoyed the story. I haven't done a whole lot of crafting, but this video wasn't about that anyway. But I will get this this journal up in the shop as soon as it's finished. So be looking for that. If you want one of the fall journals, those are in the shop as well. The fall digitals are in the shop. I'm also working on some Christmas digitals, so there will be some of that, I'm hoping, coming soon. So if y'all have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do some more fun videos. And I hope y'all have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. Big hugs.
I don't even know really. It's going to be, wow. It's going to be spontaneous, that's for sure.
I was always the one.
It's just like all the scenarios that ran through my head, they're all gone.
Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me wrong. It's a
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah, I mean, it's like
You glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me want to try forever. I feel so free.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my sweet baby.
I mean, a month ago, I was pissed at that old man because I couldn't find his message about the file cabinets. And then we ended up getting almost $15,000 in file cabinets furniture for
I was
free.
so sad. I kept on playing my part. Wanted to give it 'cause nothing was
Man, that all
changing.
worked out to stay out of the way.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me want.
You're about to turn on Sandy Springs.
I feel so free. Oh, my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making
Near stuff is up on. I'm not.
It's true, right?
I thought I'd be like Remy and just chill down.
Okay.
Nope. Probably getting close to marathon.
Yeah. I don't think you'd feel it if she tackled you on the concrete. Maybe so. Turning in the subdivision. There they are. I see the lights. Here they come.
hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? Don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful deal.